Okay, hi, I'm TJ. I'm doing a project called Glunote, which is an open source companion app for people with diabetes. The reason I'm doing it is I had the idea. I was looking around at the Android market, and there aren't really any kind of day-to-day user-friendly applications for diabetic people to use. There are a few that are kind of really focused on like crunching numbers, and you can enter your blood glucose and it'll tell you your A1C, which is pretty cool. But I figure type 2 incidence in the US is higher than it's ever been, and so there are a lot of new diabetics who aren't used to maybe monitoring their diet, having to do any of this kind of thing. So something to just kind of help them get through the day, which is kind of the goal of this app. This is a list of the features. You can set a goal for your daily carbohydrate intake, and then you can track that throughout the day, and it'll tell you if you are exceeding your limit. It's not really a limit, but if you've met your goal, if you're staying under. You can track your blood glucose levels whenever you test. You can input your glucose, and it'll keep an average, and you can make graphs and stuff. You can schedule reminders to remind you to test your blood sugar. I have a few friends. I have a cousin who was diagnosed with type 1 at age 17, which is really, really late. It's like most people are diagnosed at 6 or younger, and he wasn't diagnosed until he was 17. And he's now like 29, and he still doesn't remember to test 4 or 5 times a day. So this was actually the first thing I thought of when making this app was always remind yourself to test your blood sugar. And one of the coolest things I want to do with it is you can store all of the data that it takes in a day and automatically email it to someone if you have an endocrinologist that you want to know about your progress or whatever. And then a few stretch ideas. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do these this summer, but I want to keep them in mind so that I have goals in life. It's kind of something like maybe on the launch screen, have it come up with like just a general, like here's a handy thing that you can do every day to be a better diabetic. And then you can, there is actually, I didn't know about it when I started this project, but there's an awesome USDA food database that a few apps use that has like approximate nutritional information. So, you know, if they want to search up like how many calories does this 12 grain bread have, or how many carbs does this 12 grain bread have, they can, and it can give them a best guess. I'm building it with the Android SDK and Java. I've never developed an Android before, so I'm doing it all native. And probably looking at using SQLite for the database functions. I'm just getting started with that, and it's fine so far. SQLite is a native, is a library in the Android SDK. Lets you use kind of cool stuff. This is approximate schedule. The first week was just kind of getting familiar with everything. I ended up spending about a week and a half on that. I'm currently on my week 4 because I have already taken a week off. But second and third week was mainly working with the user interfaces, getting familiar with SQLite, which I've been just starting. Week 4, keep working on the database. Start working on the UI for the next level page, and then I set aside a couple of weeks to work on the graphing, because I'm really not sure how difficult that would be. Getting the third and fourth pages working, pretty basic stuff. Okay, questions?
Hi. I know if no one else, I have a bunch, just because I am type 1 diabetic, as you know. One thing I would say on emailing a daily summary is very cool. You might have it in email weekly, monthly. They often want to look at longer term trends in the data with you. I mean, I go to my endocrinologist every 3 months, and that's what we look at, that's what we talk about. Querying the food database is very cool. I think the key thing, and it may not be easy to put it all together, but the key thing is tying everything together. I kind of mentioned last time, there's so much data I have on my insulin pump and when I'm testing sugar, and it's tough to get it all in one kind of cohesive place. So that might be kind of an overarching goal, if that helps. And one more, on the schedule, if the graphs give you trouble, I know a lot of apps do that already, and I don't know how helpful that might be to us diabetic folks. I wonder if some other features might be cooler to work on. Something to think about as well.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my oldest childhood friends who's a type 1 diabetic, and we were talking about how it's kind of ridiculous that like you pay thousands of dollars for pumps and they don't already have a lot of these features on them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yes, and I used to have back in the day, 10 years ago, a Palm Pilot thing that would do a lot of this for you, but it was very disconnected. So it's tough to have it all in one app, one place. So cool.
And another thing to remember with graphs is if you can export CSVs to people, they can do whatever they want with them. You can drop it into Excel, you can drop it into Google Docs, you can drop it into wherever better graphs are made.
Yeah, that would have been my suggestion also. Just have some basic CSV file.
CSVs are meant to.
It's a common format. Let any other application use that, and so you don't have to tie everything together in your data. Thanks.